So before Goon, had you ever body checked anybody before?
Yeah, yeah. Not successfully, but yeah, yeah.
On the ice, or
Yes, on the ice I did try once when I was 16. My friend Ruben Valenti took me up to Alaska rink at 6 in the morning to play a hockey game. And I may have checked him once. I'm sure he allowed me to do it before I fell on my butt and decided hockey was not for me.
so you're not a hockey fan?
Well, I am now.
Or you are not?
Yeah, I mean, the producers sent me to a hockey boot camp for 5 weeks before we started filming, and getting to learn the game from professionals was really exciting for me.
Is the character you play based on anybody in real life, the way Sean's Doug is?
I looked at a lot of film, read Bob Probert's book, and I talked to a lot of players like George LaRock, the film, my character's certainly not based on Bob Probert, but he was in my heart while I was shooting it.
So talk a little bit about the training that you had to do in terms of skating, and also I wonder if there was any fight training, or is it as simple as just jab, jab, jab?
Well, the big emphasis at the training camp for me was skating, to get to the point where I could skate so that I could look like I was a professional hockey player. So the first 3 weeks were really, really, really intensely drilling the skating. About the third week, we started to talk, maybe for a day or two, about stick handling, because I didn't do much of that in the movie, but I had to shoot a couple shots and had to handle the puck. And then the rest of the time was really spent talking about fighting, which as it turns out, is a real art form in hockey. And that was really interesting to me because I had no idea how technical it was.
Were there any real hazards for you out there while shooting?
The real hazard for me was forgetting to take my skate guards off when I got on the ice. I wear these terry cloth things that protect your blades that you walk around when you're not on the ice to protect your blades from. And if you don't take them off before you get on the ice, you get a very quick ass-to-ice contact.
Is that going to be a bonus feature on the DVD, you think?
I hope so, because it was pretty funny. It happened twice.
What I like about your character in the film is that he's sort of set up as the villain, but he's not really a bad guy. In a way, he's sort of rooting for the Sean character. Is that what was appealing about him for you?
Yeah, especially after reading Probert's book and knowing how he felt about being called a goon and an enforcer for most of his career. And here's a guy who's been elevating his game, even in the twilight of his career, was just evolving as a hockey player. And so there was something bittersweet about that I think Jay captured and Mike, the director, captured really well in that diner scene.
Hockey seems to be like the least utilized sports movie, in sports movies. You don't see very many hockey movies. Why do you think that is?
Hard to do, it's hard to do. Because there's such great athletes and because hockey in particular has such a specific skill set, it's hard to mimic successfully. So you've got to have people really skating, and that's what Mike did. It doesn't work if you got a guy on a platform or if you're, CGI rink. You got to have guys on the ice taking hits because that's what the game's about.